Good afternoon, Melbourne. Documents were leaked to the media that outlined the implications for our public TAFE system, for our teachers, our support staff, and most of all our students and communities.
In terms of the documents, it's now not that figure of 300 million. It is that confirmation of the course closures, the campus closures, proposals to sell off our public TAFE property in order to meet the budget.
Swinburne's the worst.
Now, this document, the transition plans that the TAFEs have been forced into by the $300 million cuts imposed by the Value government, is probably the most heartbreaking and frightening document that I've read for a long time. Now, you will notice that Peter Hall is forever saying, well, we're putting more money into vet, we're putting more money into training. Well, they're putting it all into the private sector, not into TAFE. And TAFE is reduced from 70% of training to less than half now. And that's because the previous government introduced the market contestability in TAFE. So the more money went into the private system. So many of the private providers are just doing tick and flick training, we know that. They're thwarting the system. We need public education. Public education is what educates everyone.
So this is something that is affecting higher ed, it's affecting secondary schools. We've heard how the cuts are leading to the damage to the Vet in Schools program and to VCAL. This is incredibly widespread damage and it's happening at a national level. New South Wales has announced $800 million of cuts to their TAFE sector there, and the Queensland government is talking about closing almost half of their TAFE campuses.
But what about the community? That's the question I'm left pondering. What about the value to the community that these programs had? What about the array of social problems that this void is going to create? We'll be paying more than dollars for generations to come. So what is happening to the students that I would have been teaching? Where are they now? And you know where they are. They're standing in Centrelink lines. They're hanging around shopping centres, feeling like they've got no hope, no future. They're wondering what value they have to the community. As far as I'm concerned, this is social vandalism and it has to stop.
We've had unexpected support for the TAFE4ALL campaign from a whole range of sectors, certainly from our colleagues in other unions, from community groups, but one area we've had enormous support, and the support is because they are equally outraged. They are the local government councils across Victoria.
Our TAFE system enables us to upskill. It looks after the disadvantaged. It helps people become educated. It gives people hope, to tell you the honest truth. And if we lose this, if we lose any part of this, we are letting ourselves down.
Behind those doors is a list of all the communities in the state of Victoria that are affected by these cuts by the Value government. I'm going to reveal the doors now. Clayton, Swiss Creek, Sale, Glen, Ormonston, Traralgon, Norwell, Yallourn, Orbis, Castlemaine, Shepparton, Bairnsdale, Warragul, Coburg, Yarram, Lilydale, Paran, Mildura, Chadstone, Leongatha, and last but not least, Hayfield.
There's a sign here about invest in TAFE, not prisons. Well, if we don't invest in TAFE, we will have to invest in prisons, but we won't have anybody skilled enough to build them. So it becomes a real problem. The opportunities that TAFE give people is extraordinary, and I've seen lives change by the TAFE system. You very rarely see it changed by the private system, except you get poorer. But this makes you richer in so many ways. Good on you for fighting, and continue the fight, and I'll see you at the next rally.